Hello, hello. We are doing a canning session today. Excuse the seeds. I just got done slicing 3 pounds of jalapenos. Well, close to 3 pounds of jalapenos, and then maybe a 1/4 pound of Fresno chilies, just because they were in the mix for my garden. But I did them at about a 1/4. So there's well, that's some of them. I have 2 bowls. And I just sliced them evenly, and I sliced them into this bowl, which is why the seeds are in there. But we're going to make cowboy candy, or candied jalapenos. You may know them by either term. These things are wonderful. And last year, my husband wanted to bring jams and such to work for the guys in the winter. And his bosses loved my cowboy candy, and they've already started asking for it. And since it has to sit for about 4 weeks to fully develop its flavor and texture, I thought I'd go ahead and get started now since I am overrun with jalapenos. So yeah, let's just get started. To start, again, I sliced 3 pounds of jalapenos. Now, in a large stock pot, I am adding 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, and it is at 5% acidity. You want to make sure that whenever you're canning with vinegar that you use a 5% acidity, and it'll say on the bottle. That just makes sure you're going to have the right acidity for water bath canning, which is how you do this particular canning project. So right here I have 6 cups of sugar, around 3 teaspoons of chopped garlic. I'm just going to say 3 teaspoons of chopped garlic. And then half a teaspoon of turmeric and a full teaspoon of cayenne. If you don't want it super hot, you could leave out the cayenne, and you could also leave out the turmeric if you didn't want the turmeric. I like turmeric. I would keep the garlic because it's just wonderful. It's all wonderful. But anyway, that's all the ingredients, and it goes right into this as well. And once we stir it, we're going to let this come up to a boil and boil for a full 5 minutes, and then I'll bring it back. Alright, so I've let this boil for 5 minutes, and let me tell you, it smells amazing. It smells absolutely amazing. So now the next step is to put in all of your jalapenos. Now, give these a good stir in there, and then you want to bring this back up to a boil, and then let them simmer for 4 minutes in this stock. Ugh. So like a gentle boil, I guess, for 4 minutes. No longer, no less, because you don't want them to become mush after they can and sit. You just want to, essentially, you're getting some of that bite off, because we're making a sweet pickle, kind of, only 10 times better. Although I have made pickles this way, and oh, they're so good. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. Got all of them in there. Make sure everything is covered and in with that wonderful brine. Bring it back up to temperature, and then 4 minutes. Oh, and while this is doing its thing, I have my jars over in my canner sterilizing for half pint. I have half pints and 1/4 pints, and they're going to go for 10 minutes in the water bath canner. If I were to do pints, it would be 15 minutes. So I have that heating up, and my jars sterilizing and heating up, and then I also have my lids in hot water, and I have vinegar waiting to wipe the rim. So I'll see you back in a few. Okay, so this is gone for the 4 minutes, and you can see that they've kind of dulled in that vibrant green color. That's how you know you're doing it right. So now I have a slotted spoon. I have my clean, sterilized jar. You're going to take and fill all your jars with just the jalapenos to 1/4 inch of headspace. Now, once you're done with this, you're going to bring your liquid back up to a rolling boil and do a hard boil for 6 minutes to kind of get it more syrupy versus super liquidy. So I will bring you back after these have gone for the full 10 minutes in my water bath canner. You bring it up to a rolling boil, lid on, and then once it's at the rolling boil, that's when you start your timer for 10 minutes for half pints or 15 minutes for pints. And I'll bring you back. Guys, so I had originally started filming me actually filling the jars to show you guys the debubbling process and whatnot, but then I ran out of memory. So I filled them to almost a 1/4 inch of headspace, and you kind of pack them in, but not tightly. And then you just pour over that liquid that we let cook for 6 minutes at a hard boil, and then you debubble, and then check your headspace again to make sure it's at that 1/4 of an inch. Then I wiped the rim of all my jars with vinegar, and then put the lids and rings on, and I set them in my hot canner, let it come up to a rolling boil, and then started for the 10-minute period, and then took the lid off, turned the heat off, let them sit for 5 minutes before I brought them out. They have all pinged. You can see where I forgot to put vinegar in my water, so there is some hard water on there that I'm just going to have to scrub off, but that's okay. Also, I wanted to note that the 5 half pints have the cowboy candy. My 4 1/4 pints have just the extra liquid, and that is going to be marinade for like my Chick-fil-A chicken. If I want to make it spicy, I'll use it for that. I'll use it on the grill. I mean, you just be creative with it. I've put this stuff in soups before. I'm telling you, do not waste it. You put your hard-earned work and money into making that brine. Use it. Don't throw it away. So I'm really happy about this. I'll be doing pickled jalapenos probably next, and I'll bring you along for that as well. We're getting into canning season, and there is nothing I love more than canning. And once I really get into it, I can't stop, guys. I can't stop. So I am glad that you stopped by, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.